Events in Black Ops 6 Zombies are quite possibly the worst thing I've ever seen in a video game, and I'm not even joking. And in today's video, I'm going to explain why that's the case. So let's discuss some of the events that are available in Black Ops 6, or have been available in Black Ops 6, I should say. We already know about double XP events, they're nothing new, they're always going around all the time, and to consider them events is a bit of a stupid statement in my opinion, because they seem to release them every week at this point, probably because of how desperate Treyarch and Activision are to actually make money off this game. But hey ho, let's move on to the events, quote unquote, that have been actually implemented into the game so far. So first of all, we had the hit list event, and it was just to get a certain amount of kills to earn personal rewards and global awards. And some of these awards include like a power drill, some calling cards and all that good stuff. And then if the community works really hard and earned a stupid amount of kills, you were rewarded with the Siren 9mm special weapon or whatever it's called. But it's basically an SMG in my opinion. I don't know why it's so special. So the second quote-unquote event for Black Ops 6 that was released then afterwards was the Gobblegum Mania event. Now this is quite similar to the hit list one, but not at the same time. Instead of getting kills, you had to consume a certain amount of Gobblegums, both personally and at a global level. You got personal awards such as Gobblegum packs and new Gobblegums and things like that. And then there was a similar thing going on in the global award. It was basically the same thing as the multiplayer one, or kill one, whatever you want to call it, to get the new weapons, except it was zombies and you just consume Gobblegums. Whoop-de-doo. Fast forward to today and we've got Archie's Festival Frenzy, which in my opinion is a terrible name for an event as it is, and it is the worst event implemented so far to this day in Black Ops 6. But don't worry, we'll get there soon. So in this magical Archies event, jolly Archies can drop from eliminations in multiplayer and zombies and from catches in Warzone. So the idea is you're supposed to collect these little figure things that look like Archie, and then the idea is the more you collect, the more you'll have to spend on a variety of rewards, including weapon charms, double XP tokens, new weapons, loading screens, etc, etc. Except this event has got a few issues, and I want to discuss them with you in a lot of detail. Now the Archies Festival Frenzy is a pretty terrible event, just like the other two to be quite honest with you, because I think the other events were pretty terrible as well. It's just the same concept over and over again. The events in this game are so repetitive, it's just the same thing. It's just kill a certain number of things then you'll get rewarded with this, kill a certain number of things and you get rewarded with that. There's no variety in it whatsoever. And yeah, the Gobblegum might be quote unquote different, but it's the same idea. You just consume a certain number of Gobblegums. You're not doing anything very interesting in the game. There's not like a special thing going on in the maps, or you have to find something or do something cool. It's just kill things, eat things, rinse and repeat. It's very boring, very monotonous, very repetitive, and the Archies event is no different. You collect the jolly Archies, which is basically getting kills and zombies and multiplayer and what have you, and then you just spend in what kills you've got effectively, and then you get a reward from this amazing reward screen. But the rewards themselves are also dreadful. Now this is where I'm going to get really frustrated. So this is the reward screen for the Archies event. I'll admit I've not unlocked all the rewards, and I definitely don't intend to, because let's just say Treyarch's going to do something after the event is over, which is even more of a slap in the face, but we'll get onto that later. But let's just have a look at some of these rewards, quote unquote, that I've unlocked. So first of all, we've got the Happy Holidays weapon sticker in the top corner. As you can see, it's not looking great, to be honest with you. It's literally just a happy smiley yellow face. It looks like an M&M with glasses on and a Christmas hat. Whoop-de-doo. And that's supposed to make me feel festive apparently. Great. It was definitely made with AI, this, I can just tell. It's not very good whatsoever. But then interestingly, this gets worse. So if you spend like I think it was 50 of the bobbleheads, I can't really remember how much it costs, or jolly Archies, whatever you want to call them, you get a calling card. And as you can see, well, you probably can't see, you don't want to see, but the calling card, actually I'll have a picture on screen for you now, is literally the Nuketown calling card with a bit of Christmas decoration in the background, if you can call it that, and then we just put the Archie at the front of it and it blows up. Great. And then if you go over to the other side, you've got a loading screen, which is exactly the same thing, except It's a still picture, it's a loading screen, it doesn't explode, and Archie's once again in front of it. Are we supposed to like this character or something? Are we supposed to be connected to this thing? Because I must be missing something, because this is genuinely dreadful. Then we've got an emblem, which is literally just Archie again, but this time he's waving with a bit of tinsel going on in the background, or whether you've got, not tinsel, Christmas mistletoe crap, I don't know what to call it anymore, but it looks dreadful at the end of the day. And then some of the weapon charms, I mean, we've got a deer, I think. It looks okay, I guess. Kind of, not really. And then you just got your generic double XP tokens. Then you've got a Gobblegum pack, which is probably the best reward in there. And then we get onto the AMR mod 4. We've got another weapon as well that we can unlock, but there's an AMR mod 4. So, looks good. Looks really, really good. But there's a little bit of a problem with this. If I just go over to the store, we can see a bundle called the Rainmaker. And if we click on this, you can unlock the sniper rifle if you pay money for it. Now, this is what the events do pretty much all over Call of Duty at this point. You do an event, but if you don't want to do it, you're too lazy, you can spend money on it as well. Obviously, I'm not going to do this because I definitely don't intend to. But what's the point of the event? What's the point of this special, spectacular event where the community, or you've got us personally, try and unlock this weapon through hard work and dedication by playing the game and enjoying XYZ? Where you're just going to throw a bundle which is going to have the weapon in it anyway. It just offers, I mean, these events offer no value as it is, but when you throw things like that in there, it's even more of a slap in the face. It's an absolute money-making, disgusting scam, and that's why the bar's so high for some of these events. Granted, we've actually unlocked these so far, but if less and less people keep buying the game and playing it, which is because the numbers are going down at the moment, we're going to have a lot of issues, and this is just a huge insult to the COD community. It is unbelievable. So let's move on to the bugginess of this event. This event is so buggy, it's actually unbelievable. Like, it's by far the most buggiest event in Call of Duty history. So, let's start with the fact that the earn rate is completely broken for these Archies. I was playing zombies for hours the other day, and I earned like 6 in one game, and I was in the game for over 2.5 hours. But then I'd play another game for like 30 minutes, and I get like 15 of them. Make that make sense, because sure, if you're playing for longer, killing more zombies and grinding and XYZ, sure, you should get rewarded for that. Not for playing for 10-15 minutes and getting a bunch of them at once. It makes zero sense whatsoever. So for the players that are more dedicated to the game and investing more time into it, it's a kick in the face apparently, because it doesn't want to reward you for that. But when you play for 10 or 15 minutes and give you all the Archies in the world, makes no sense whatsoever. Another major problem with this event is the fact that people were just able to complete it in like 2 seconds flat, and that is because when they loaded into the game, they had all the Archies in the world and they could just simply click on everything and get all the rewards, no problem whatsoever, and then they could just enjoy all the rewards as a result, which to be fair is probably the luckiest thing in the world, because this event is dreadful as it is, and they managed to escape by avoiding all the grinding and all the faffing around, all the bugs of not getting the Archies anyway. So that's a good bug in my opinion. But in all seriousness, this should not be happening, Treyarch. What is going on? But don't worry, Treyarch was thinking of everybody and sent out this lovely tweet. Looks like Archie's been extra nice lately. In the spirit of the holidays, we'll be granting the rewards from Archies Festival Frenzy to all the players at the end of the event, so that everyone can play at their own pace. This has got to be the worst thing I've ever seen from a gaming company in terms of addressing an issue in my entire life. So instead of addressing the event itself by, you know, fixing the earn rates, making the event more enjoyable, better rewards, better experience, they instead just say at the end of the event, we'll just give you everything anyway. What is the point of doing the event? You can't even be bothered to fix it, so instead you just go, you know what, because it's the holidays, because it's Christmas, it's the most generic excuse ever, by the way, we'll just give you everything. Why do the event? Why is the event even there? What is going on? I don't even know what to say anymore, but this is an insult to the COD community big time. Now, some people might say, oh, it's really good we get the awards at the end of the event regardless, but what's the point of playing the event? What's the point of putting all the time and effort into grinding and getting these things and playing the game in the first place if you're just going to give everything to everyone anyway who don't play the game at all? It is stupid and nonsensical. critical. So when I buy a game, I expect the game to be functioning, working correctly, and have decent events, especially in this day and age, and especially for a big game such as Call of Duty, where they have a publisher called Activision which has billions and billions and billions of dollars in profits. But they don't do that. Instead, they release lazy events. They don't test their game whatsoever. It's full of bugs, full of hackers, and I'm just getting sick of it, to be quite honest with you. Maybe I'm going on a bit of a rant here, but the fact that over the past few days I've made a video on how AI is affecting Call of Duty, and now we're talking about how the fact the events suck as a whole, and that's all also generated by AI in my opinion, because there's no way that Archie thing was creatively made. It's the laziest thing I've ever seen in my opinion. What, is somebody going to put that on for like a week maximum and then take off and never see again? It's just a complete waste of time, man, and it looks rubbish, it's cheap, it's lazy, and it's insulting. People are paying hundreds of dollars to buy this game. Now I'm saying hundreds, but people buy bundles, people buy certain editions of the game. People are spending hundreds of dollars on these AAA games such as Black Ops 6. This isn't even just Call of Duty doing this, is other games as well, and it's ruining the experience for everybody. Black Ops 6, especially Black Ops 6 Zombies, started off at a really high note with really high play numbers, and it's slowly declining because of these stupid decisions such as the events, such as the AI, and it needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. I've had enough ranting. I'm gonna go to bed and think about what on earth I'm gonna do regarding this game next, whether I'm gonna carry on playing it or not, because it's getting to that point for me already. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.